What's up, traders? I am Vincent Mokoteli from Vinboss Signal Factory. This is not a financial advice. It's powerful education for those ready to level up. With the right mindset and real strategy, success is within your reach. Welcome to Vinboss Signal Factory, where signals meet success. What's up, traders? It's Vinboss giving you an update. So, given what we were expecting from this week's weekly Forex forecast, we did mention that if we do not come down and retest both of these demand zones, a breakout will be imminent and a pullback to retest and a continuation to the upside will be imminent. It looks now as if we are still trying to break above this to come and retest again for further continuation to the upside. Now, this does not look like a break to the upside yet, but already it does confirm the structure to the upside is more stable than selling opportunities at this moment. So with that being said, it can already go up to 1.1750, come back and retest, or from this area again you can start to see pullbacks and still retest the 1.1654, look for bullish patterns and formations, and then after finding them, continuation to the upside will be imminent. This is still euro dollar, the bias of the euro and the dollar to the upside. So without wasting much of our time, this is what to expect on the euro and the dollar and what you should probably look for because of this reach of the last week's new high. So without wasting further time, let's go over to the pound and the US dollar. So traders, with the pound and the US dollar, it's similar to the euro. We have went straight up and reached our, or rather made a new high from last week. What do we expect if this continues to the upside? This will be a fantastic place to look for a pullback. And this also, last week's high, should be our great place to look for buying opportunities, to look for bullish patterns and formations, to go and make our 1:3. This is what we can see today, right now, on the daily sessions or our London session analysis. So, with that being said, this is just for the London session. Maybe the New York session, the market will confirm a different structure. But if you're not with the real account traders community, you will not be able to get any of the signals that will be confirming the trend or all the currency pairs that are included, not only the 6 watch list that we show or analyze here on YouTube. And for you to join the real account traders community, it's completely free. All you have to do is register your account and fund a minimum of $100, and that is it. You can use our Exness broker. The link will be left below this video description, of course. And without wasting further time, what do I do expect if we do not break? We find that it is just a test of this. This is also a great place to look for buying opportunities, as this is still not a complete break to the upside. So buying from these levels is also a fantastic place to look for bullish patterns and formations, and then a continuation to the upside. This is pound and the dollar for us. Let's go over and see what the euro and the Canadian dollar have in store for us. Are you ready to grow your money the smart way? At Vinboss Signal Factory, we have investments called Currency Invest Trade. Our investment starts small, with as little as 5,000 South African rand or $300 US. We will help you double your account in just 6 months. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme promising you millions overnight. Instead, we focus on safe, stable, built on proven trading strategies and disciplined risk management. Here's how it works. You book your trading investment portfolio tailored to your goals with us. You invest your capital securely through our trusted system. We provide weekly updates showing exactly how your investment is growing and being managed. Transparency and trust are the core of everything we do, so you always know where your money stands. If you want consistent, reliable growth without the hype, this is the opportunity to step into the world of professional trading and investment with confidence. Don't wait for luck. Choose steady success. Book your portfolio today. Watch your capital grow with Binboss investments of currency invest trade. So with the euro and the Canadian dollar, it is quite different. It looks like we have just got through our first supply zone. We did not react to this because we knew that if we were to react, we would wait for a break, a retest, and then sell right here to continue to the downside. Now, what do I expect? I expect to see this coming to this second supply zone, of course, at 1.6142. Then, with that being said, we'll be looking for bearish patterns right here to continue to the downside. This is the one that is most imminent to the downside. It looks like we are having a deeper pullback with the euro and the Canadian dollar. It looks like this pullback is not shallow like the ones that could have happened here at the first supply zone at 1.6081. Rather, we go deeper again to retest this second supply zone at 1.6142. Now, with that being said, if this already goes through like this without any pullback, because as you can see from here, there was little to no reaction at all, and here we're supposed to get a great reaction, of course, to the downside to reach our target place or make that 1:3 risk to reward ratio. But if it does go straight up like this without breaking and reach our weekly break of structure to the upside, this will also mean that the euro has gained strength to the upside, meaning that we will now look for buying opportunities right around this weekly break of structure at 1.6208. This will be a fantastic place to look for buying opportunities to make that 1:3 risk to reward ratio. Now, this is what we can still follow during our first session that is posted out on Monday on YouTube. And traders, please make sure that you guys are joining. It's September now, and you've been watching us for a long time. You see how we are trading live publicly without hiding any losses and explaining the lessons of the market every time we lose a signal. So without wasting much of the time, let's go over to the pound and the Canadian dollar as our third currency pair of analysis today. With the pound and the Canadian dollar, it is very similar to the euro and the Canadian dollar. We do have that strong momentum to the upside. If we do break above like this, then the bullish momentum will take place from our weekly break of structure at 1.8695. With that being said, we can make our 1:3 risk to reward ratio, and what we are expecting structure wise for now is a retest of the second supply zone. Look for bearish patterns and formations to continue our sell to make the new low at 1.8488 or to make that 1:3 risk to reward ratio setup. These are still the best setups for the week that we have running up until today. We will see again maybe on the New York session. Without wasting much of our time, this is the first and the second signal of the day. We did have the first signals on the Tokyo session, and during that Tokyo session we did only trade one pair, but it was only for the real account traders community, of course. And without wasting further time, this is what I do expect to see. I expect to see this break to the upside if only the euro and the US dollar continues to fall. If the dollar continues to fall, the strength will move over to the euro and the dollar, or the pound and the dollar rather. If it does happen that the dollar falls, this pair will invalidate our weekly break of structure, both the pound and the CAD and the euro and the CAD. But if it does not break this, if the euro continues to fall again, this will give the dollar strength, and the Canadian dollar will have 2 weeks of expansion or of strength to the upside, meaning that we will only be selling the euro against the Canadian dollar, selling the pound against the Canadian dollar, selling the euro again against the dollar, and selling the pound against the dollar. But this will only rely on the setups that we do get. I repeat again, if I was not clear enough to anyone, if euro dollar continues to the upside very strong, meaning the dollar becomes weaker, that means the strength will come back to the euro, and we will invalidate the weekly break of structure like this, and then a retest to look for that buying opportunity to make 1:3. But if the euro keeps on having weakness to the downside, of course, then the dollar will gain momentum, and if the dollar gains momentum, the euro, CAD, the pound, and the Canadian dollar will also be very much structured to the downside. This is what I will be expecting, of course, with the euro and the Canadian dollar and the pound and the Canadian dollar, right? I know this writing is very bad because I'm using a mouse, but it is what it is. You have to understand what I'm trying to show you. So that is the case, and this is the scenario that we'll be following up until I would like to say the end of the week. So one of the two scenarios is going to happen. Either the dollar gets weaker or the euro gets weaker this week. Those are the two setups that I'm interested in while I'm trading only the watch list of YouTube, which is the euro and the dollar, the pound and the dollar, the euro and the CAD, the pound and the CAD, the euro and the pound, and last but not least, the US dollar and the Canadian dollar. So this will be the setups that we'll be looking for only if we are trading the watch list. But rather, there are other currency pairs, of course, like gold, like the NZD US dollar, NZD Canadian dollar, which is superb right now at this moment, and they are not shared here on YouTube, of course, for reasons that it is not fair that we will only be showing all the signals and everything that we did on the real account traders community, whereas people funded $100, $300, and then on the other side, people in the free channel who are even using different brokers than ours, they are getting the same services as the real account traders community. No. So with that being said, guys, let's go over straight to the euro and the pound without wasting much of our time. Are you tired of guessing in the market? The beginner to pro ultimate course is not just another training. It is a fast track to trading mastery. Whether you are starting fresh or you've been in the game and can't seem to break the wall of inconsistency, this is where everything changes. What makes this course unstoppable? It has 4 different trading strategies that you can try with. Number 1, mastering Fibonacci price action strategy. Here you will learn the exact entry zones the market respects over and over again. Number 2, smart money concept. This will teach you to trade like banks and institutions, not just like retail crowd. Number 3, supply and demand zone. This will help you identify the market turning points before they happen. Wave analysis. This is where you will predict the price movement with precision. But this isn't just theory. When you enroll, you also get, number 1, our trading signal services with high probability trades delivered to you directly. You also get one-on-one mentorship, so you are never left wondering what to do next. Number 3, you get the proven strategy that works in the real market condition and not just in backtesting. This is built for new traders hungry to learn and experienced traders hungry for consistency. It's your chance to move from confusion to clarity, from random wins to repeated results. The market will not wait for you. The difference between those who win and those who quit is the decision they make today. Enroll now and step into a world of profitable, confident trading with the tools and strategies and mentorship to back it up. And traders, this is the signal that I was talking about of the euro and the pound that we did take on the Tokyo session, of course, early in the morning after the market had just opened with this gap, came down, and we did see this bullish candle patterns here. And then after the confirmation, we did buy, and this is still what I expect to see. The trade is probably 1:5. Of course, yes, 1:5, 1:4, it is between those two. So without wasting further time, this is still what I do expect. Let's just say we do not reach this trade indefinitely or right away. What will happen is that we will go to the downside, of course, to retest this, just like we did retest this as the market has opened. After retesting this, this will be a great place to look for buying opportunities to the upside. You remember when I did mention that this currency pair is now structured to the upside. It was 2 weeks ago. This was the change of structure that we did have. And then last week we did have this invalidation. Invalidation came back. Boom with this one. Took out profit. And of course, this week, this is the second time. Now, what I want you to realize about this strategy is that it works with a trending market. If the market keeps on making higher highs, higher lows, the market will, or lower lows and lower highs, the strategy works fine. But if we do have complex structures like the euro dollar or the DXY from last week or from the last 2 weeks, where we have a new low, new high, new low, and new high, the strategy will not see this as, or will not be labeled as, we will not label this as, we will see this as a consolidation, of course, because there's no real structure or a complex structure which gives us the opportunity to wait to see if the structure will play out correctly. That is why on last week we did fantastic with the euro and the pound, the US dollar and the euro and the pound, of course, the US dollar and the Canadian dollar and the pound and the Canadian dollar. It was those that went fantastically good as expected and as analyzed, but the euro and the dollar and the pound and the dollar were a bit over traded last week, so we did not even take that into account. So without wasting much time, this is still what I do expect to see to the upside, or you can hold this to higher levels. Of course, if you wish to hold it to higher levels, you can just go to, it can go from this, a retest, and then a continuation to the upside. This is what I see, or the euro and the pound. But for now, this will be fantastic if you go trade for trade, or if you just relax and take in partials or small profits like we already show you every day. Holding is for those people who do not mind losing after holding for a long period of time. But if your strategy do not allow you, or you need money in the bank every single week like we do, this is the best way for you. So without wasting much time, let's go and discuss the last but not least, US dollar and the Canadian dollar. Welcome to Vinbo's Signal Factory, the home of real traders, real strategies, and real profit. Right now, you have a chance to join our exclusive real account traders community absolutely free until September 2025. After that, we will introduce a small monthly fee, but if you join now, you lock in all the benefits without paying a cent. Here's how you can join. Register under our exclusive Exness broker link, verify your account, fund with just $100 to activate your spot. Now, why do you have to join Vinbo's Signal Factory? Daily high probability trade signals backed by deep price action analysis, live market breakdown so you know exactly what is happening and why, real account traders only, no demo hype, just genuine market moves, private traders chat where we share setups, results, and moves before they even hit the charts, direct mentorship from me, Vincent Mukotedi, to help you level up with your skill fast. Now, why would you choose Exness as your trading broker? It has ultra fast withdrawals, often in minutes, not days, tight spread, and no hidden commission eating into your profit, send account and high leverage option for flexible trading, regulated broker with over a decade in the market. The clock is ticking. Free access offer ends September 2025. After that, new members will pay to join. Don't wait until the market leaves you behind. Click the link, register, verify your account, and fund your account today. Step into a trading community built for winners. So traders, just as you've seen on the euro and the Canadian dollar and the pound and the Canadian dollar is going in with a bit of a pullback. We are about to retest the first supply zone and the second supply zone, hopefully, but this might also be a point of return. But if we do get to this as the point of return, wait for a strong momentum to the upside, a retest of the liquidity zone, of course, and then a continuation to the downside will be one of the fantastic setups. Just like last week, we did have a fantastic signal from here to test out and make that. We did make 1:5 here, and I do wish we can make another 1:5 here. So with that being said, the Canadian dollar is on a corrective move to the upside, and then after this and that, a continuation to the downside is imminent. The Canadian dollar will gain strength because, as we have seen, the Canadian dollar has had weeks where this from last week, from 2 weeks ago, the strength came in as soon as the dollar did mention the rate cut. This was that Friday where the rate cut, the news from the rate cut was expected to be published, right, especially on September, the coming month, this month, of course, because it's the 1st of September. And then this is what we did mention, that this was going to be a great place to look for selling opportunities. We did have that head and shoulder formation right here that we did have from the signal, and of course this is what we mean when we say look for bearish patterns and formations. And after that, boom, we did make that 1:5. What we expect, the same around here or around here with the supply zones, and then a continuation to the downside to make sure that we reach the new low, or we make that 1:3 risk to reward ratio, guys. So that is it from me with Vinbo's Signal Factory. And with that being said, guys, thanks for watching the video and happy trading.